Hey, what's up guys? A new Pekka deck emerged at top ladder that I found to be one of the most fun decks in the game. It pairs an unlikely card combination of Pekka and Piggies for a well-rounded deck. On offense, you can speed through with your Royale hogs and bait out your opponent's fireball with your zappies on defense. And right when the opponent feels like they got the defense against the pigs covered, the magic archer will cover them in arrows. Even if the magic archer starts missing, you'll have the tornado to snap everything back into place and load up guaranteed damage. Having the powerful Pekka on defense while the tornado pulls things back and activates King Tower for you while the zappies stun all of your opponent's pushes, this deck is an absolute nightmare for anyone that tries to break through. You can use Dark Prince instead of Skeleton King. A whole lot of love to everyone that's using credit code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. All right, we got a game against Muhammad Mario. This guy's not jumping through with anything at the start. Unfortunate stuff. We can go for a Phoenix in the back right, because if our opponent decides to spam in the left-hand side, we can activate King Tower or pulverize everything with our Pekka. He's still not cycling stuff, though. Huh, interesting. Bats and Rage. So Bats Rage makes me feel like we're probably playing against someone with like a Sparky deck, but I don't know. Maybe it's something different. So the mini Pekka is definitely going to die to our Tornado and then also our Magic Archer, because the Magic Archer is going to be in alignment, and then he has to go in for arrows. The Phoenix is still alive. Oh my goodness. You broken bird. You are so strong. Even after a multiple amount of nerfs, nothing can bring you down. Oh, so the guy is probably going to be running a graveyard deck or some sort of balloon deck, or also Sparky like I predicted at the very start. So if I cycle the Skeleton King, I think that's our best bet. Zappies are great at shutting down any big bridge spam and balloon, so I kind of want to save that in case. And we see Sparky. Wow. I literally saw 2 cards and I was like, gotta be Sparky, right? I'm glad that I was able to make that prediction. Okay, so we want a Magic Archer here, probably, since the Phoenix will keep us safe. I think that we can Magic Archer safely here. He wanted for a Giant to kite that. That was really smart on his end. It's okay, though. I wonder if the Phoenix is able to finish off the rest of the Sparky. Oh, we still got a shot. No, how did that happen? Somehow we got a shot on top of the tower there. Oh, the Phoenix egg is going to save us. Because now, because the Sparky doesn't shoot the Zappies, he has to go for Zap and arrows to finish that off. That's rather ridiculous. Okay, so he's probably going to go for a mini pack on top of the Royal Hogs. So we could Tornado it away if we wanted to. Oh, well, I mean, if you're drop Skeleton Army, let's just Tornado that instead. I love that I was hovering it for something else, and it worked out so well because we were immediately snap on top of those Skellies and shut them down immediately, sending them to the Shadow Realm. Oh my goodness, they died so many times. I feel bad for the Skellies, but I don't feel too bad for our opponent. He's running a Sparky deck with Rage, one of the most dirty decks in the game. This Sparky player struggled the entire match, and that game was an easy snatch. All right, we got a game against JC from Rocket's Army. Dude, it would be so cool to see someone running Rocket. It's one of the worst spells in the game after the nerf. It just doesn't do that much damage to towers anymore, so you're better off running Lightning. Everyone that used to run Rocket has kind of replaced it with Lightning, even the Logbait players. So since he's not cycling stuff, I think we can go in for a Phoenix. Oh my gosh. Right when I said he wasn't cycling stuff, he immediately goes Royal Hogs with an Ice Spirit and decides to drop 6 elixir in my face. He's like, Jake, how does that feel? So we can go in for Royal Hogs. I don't like going in the same side with our Skeleton King because whenever we see Royal Hogs, most of the time our opponent is going to be having like that obnoxious deck with Rail Delivery, and it's just not a vibe for us to mess up into that. We're gonna click the Skeleton King ability because ideally we can get a skeleton on top of the Phoenix egg. It doesn't happen, but still a bunch of damage. We could activate King Tower against the goblins, but I don't know if I can since they were kind of separated right there. Also, another thing to consider is we want to save enough elixir so we can stop the monk. Okay, activate King Tower here? Well, I'm not gonna try to do that now. This is interesting. Zappy stayed alive. He didn't really drop any small spells. He earthquaked. He tried to shake things up, but I don't think it shook up in his favor. So I'm going to go in for a Pekka in the back, and hopefully he goes and spams his Royal Hogs in the right. So then we can activate King Tower with the Tornado, pulling 3 of the Hogs. That's what I want in a Dream World scenario, but I don't think this man's going to give it to me. He's like, Jake, keep on dreaming. While he's having an eternal slumber and not cycling stuff, like I'm really confused. All right, we're going to go for Phoenix on Phoenix. This is good because obviously our Phoenix will win out, and then we're going to get more counter push. That is annoying. We're hoping that we can hit another bait card with our Tornado. Oh, but if I drop that, I'm going to do it anyway. I just want to kill the Firecracker. I hate that card, man. I'm killing it out of spite with all my might. So since he's got Earthquake, it would be really bad for me to go in for a Magic Archer in a position where he would be able to hit that with the Earthquake and then drop like a log, finish off the Magic Archer real quick. I'm not going to roll with that. So I don't think he has good answers to this, actually. Looking back at his deck, I haven't seen anything super scary. We can Magic Archer here to force him to click the Monk ability when he doesn't want to. So then, yeah, you are able to kill the Magic Archer, but the Magic Archer isn't your biggest threat. The Royal Hogs are. So he's spamming a bunch of elixir right now. I bet he goes in for pigs, and we can poison on them. It's kind of waiting for him to do that. If he doesn't, we'll go for a Pekka. I think that would be okay for me as well. The Phoenix is starting to become a conundrum for me, but I can activate King Tower with that, so not that bad anymore. You know what? We take that disadvantage and we make it our advantage. You're on our team now. Well, can we do the same with a Firecracker? I don't think so. We got to go for a poison here. I can go for Royal Hogs since it's going to be hard for him to counter this. I bet you he goes in for Goblins, and then the Pekka is going to be tanking for a while. We can Skeleton King at the river, and then I can try to go for Magic Archer. Reason why I'm doing this is because there's only 17 seconds left in the game, and I need to take the tower now if I have any hope of winning. So I'm going to go and click the Magic Archer. I'm going to click the Skeleton King ability, and we just want to take the tower. We just want it right now. I have simple needs. Oh, the Magic Archer is still locked and loaded. Magic Archer, this is why you're my favorite card in Clash Royale. Even though we had no possible defense, we forced our opponent to defend the entire time, and we got away with a crime stealing that game. I had no business winning that, and the guy said well played at the end. Honestly, we did play pretty well at the end, and I can't believe that that win was possible. And after that W, we're sitting solidly at 7,700 in the world. All right, we got a game against Ward. What's up, man? We're dropping a good luck and figuring out what your deck is. Definitely don't want to make any big plays at the start because, you know, we haven't actually seen any of his cards so far. I can cycle Phoenix in the back. It costs 4 elixir, and if he decides to spam in the other side, even if it's a balloon, we've got a really good way of activating King Tower with our Tornado. We're going to go and do that immediately so he doesn't get any damage. And I think I want to go in for Royal Hogs because if we're up elixir with the King Tower activation, I know that I can defend very easily in the left-hand lane. So I want to take it to him and see if we can get some damage as well. Also, likely going to be a balloon freeze deck from our opponent. After seeing Lumberjack and then Baby Dragon, that's what it has to be, right? There's really not too many other type of card combinations. If I hadn't seen the Lumberjack, I would have been like, well, there's infinite things with Baby Dragon Tornado, but the Lumberjack puts him in a bit of a box, and I don't think he's going to be able to be that creative to run something different. All right, so he's going to go in for the bowler in the back. I think, because the Skeleton King doesn't move, eventually the orientation will be so that the Magic Archer can lock onto the bowler, and then the bowler doesn't actually hit the Magic Archer. Yes, look at that. That's so nice. That is clean damage. Okay, we're going to go for zappies in the back, and he's going to balloon. Okay, kind of to be expected. I bet you he decides to go in for a freeze on the zappies. We're going to go and Tornado everything directly back since we've already activated King Tower, and then we can go in for a Phoenix afterward. Cool. He doesn't do that much damage. We yes. We are basking in the best position possible. That is exactly what we want to be. Holy heck. All right, so we're playing against someone with a balloon freeze deck that doesn't really want to freeze aggressively. I like to go in the opposite lane in these type of matchups because when your opponent is going to have freeze and you just go same side the entire game, you're never really going to be able to break through because they'll just use bowler, tornado, freeze, and you're not going to be able to accomplish anything. So if I've learned anything in this matchup, Royal Hogs here, get his attention to the left-hand side, make him overcommit because he doesn't have the bowler in cycle, and then Magic Archer on top of the bowler, and use the Skeleton King as a way of tanking for the Magic Archer. I've done this multiple times, and it's happening again. Let's go, baby. That Inferno Dragon is getting melted by the Magic Archer, man. And you guys know the deal. Magic Archer does tower damage, and it finishes off units at the same time. A 2-for-1 trade that we love. Okay, so we're going to go in for Royal Hogs again because the Zappies should be able to put in enough work, and he can't go in for a freeze because we activated King Tower. He would have been able to freeze on top of our units and our tower there and run away with probably most of our tower, I would say, but he wasn't able to because of the situation. Okay, we're going to go for Skeleton King, and then we're going to go in for another Magic Archer, and then we'll see if this wins us the game. A lot of times it does. Maybe we can Tornado the Lumberjack outside of the range that he was looking for. Oh, man. Well played, well played. I think it's in my best interest to go for Royal Hogs real soon. Don't want to do it immediately, though, because he is going to end up having the bowler still on the field. When the bowler is gone, then we can sing the Song of War. Okay, I want to go in for, like, a Pekka here as well. We just go for a Royal Hogs. Oh, man, he's playing so aggressive. Yeah, I'm going to go Royal Hogs right now. He doesn't have bowler in cycle. If he decides to Tornado, it's a bit too much because we can Tornado on defense, and then the piggies pulverize through, and honestly, he should have left the game by now. I guess he's trying to make the most monstrous comeback I've ever seen, but we have 100% won this one. I guess the main thing to do, if you guys noticed that, is I used the Skeleton King on defense to block the Lumberjack, so then the Lumberjack wasn't getting targeted by the tower. The balloon was. Because the balloon went in front, he wasn't able to do anything there. That was a great play if you guys are worried about balloon freeze players. Always make sure that you're able to target the balloon as quickly as you can. And after popping the balloon, cleaning up the Lumberjack is super simple, giving you a clean win. After winning that one, we're 5,400 in the world. We got another one here. So this guy, I don't know what he's gonna do. It doesn't really seem like he's the type of person to cycle stuff at the start. Usually those type of people go for wall breakers at the river. Maybe they'll go goblins plus miner or bats. This guy is just chilling and relaxing. So I could split my zappies just to get an adjustment and see what he's going to do, because zappies accommodate both sides. So it's a super safe bet. Wow. Okay, Ghost. That's a splash damage out of cycle. But does he have like Mega Knight around the corner? Does he have something else in his deck that he's not showing me? I don't know. Hopefully it resets on the Skeleton King. I don't want it to kill. Don't kill my zappies. No, that's awful. If the zappies stayed alive, we would have been able to not go in for a Phoenix here. I still don't want to go for the Phoenix. I'll go Magic Archer instead. This is a pretty risky strategy, but I think it's worth it if we can go and pull. Yeah, so we do end up getting 2 hits. We did pull it slightly off to the left. That worked out for us. So what do we do here? We're playing against someone with Ghost. It has to be a Royal Giant deck, right? With Ghost, Skeletons, and Phoenix. There aren't any other decks in the game that have this type of card composition. Oh, and with Lightning for sure, yeah, gonna be RG. So we want to Tornado this relatively early. I missed it. I should have dropped it slightly earlier than that, because it shouldn't do any damage to my tower. Obviously, we still made it happen, but it should have been 0 damage. So we can go in for Royal Hogs here. We're gonna get him to go in for a Fisherman and activate King Tower, most likely. We got a Fisherman right there and activate King. Yep, I knew it was gonna happen. So we can go for a Skeleton King in the back when all the piggies die and then the skeletons die to our tower. We're going to collect an innumerable amount of souls. So we should be in a pretty good spot. I hope he Royal Giants. I don't think he's going to do it. I'm going to go for Pekka, actually, because if you think about it, the skeletons are out of cycle. What is he going to do? I guess you can do that. I wish it was a little bit later in the game, because then I would have more elixir to work with right now. But it ain't terrible. It ain't terrible. We can kill the Fisherman with the Skeleton King ability for 2 elixir. I think that's worth it. And then we're going to force out Electric Spirit too. So that's already 4 elixir from our opponent. He didn't get anything from. He did Lightning last time, so I think I'm going to go for Zappies. It's just a bit of a safer bet than going in for a Magic Archer, because, I mean, I guess you can Lightning on Zappies, but you're not going to catch them all, man. You can't catch all my Pokemon, unlike the Magic Archer that falls every single time. He did go for a Log. He could get back to another one. I'm going to go in for Royal Hogs here. I'm going to Poison. Reason why I want to Poison is I want to do some disastrous damage to the Royal Ghost and also put the Phoenix down so I don't have to worry about it as much. No, stop it. I hate this. I gotta go Skeleton King here so I don't need as much damage. And then I can go Magic Archer off to the right-hand side. I wonder if the... Okay, the Fisherman did not pull the Magic Archer. I was like, if that pulls the Magic Archer, I would feel like an idiot. So we're gonna be able to surround the Fisherman, and I guess he's not able to catch all the skeletons in time, so that's good. We can go in for a Phoenix in the back. He might Lightning it, but he's done more damage left-hand side. I think that's okay for us. All right, let's go in for Royal Hogs. Eat the Electric Spirit because it doesn't matter that much. And go for another Poison. I'm consistently whittling him away with my poisons because he's not able to Royal Giant effectively because he knows it's just going to get destroyed by the Pekka if he doesn't have a Fisherman.
Here's Johnny!
To pull the Pekka away from the Royal Giant. So that's what he's going to do in like 2 seconds. He's going to Fisherman and try to make a prediction, and he doesn't get it. So we try to make those type of outplays because we know his card cycle, and I've played Royal Giant before, so I know how Royal Giant works. So I'm not going to give him what he wants is what I'm trying to say out here, guys, all right? That's what you have to do if you want to play every deck at a highest level. You have to make anticipations on your opponent's moves. All right, so we could go for another Poison here just to whittle away the Phoenix so I don't have to worry about it. If we do damage to the Phoenix, then I can just concentrate on defending against the RG instead. So we're going to go in for a Phoenix, and we're also going to go in for Electric Spirit counter with that, hopefully. Yeah, I think that's good. We're not going to eat that much damage on either side. It's relatively even on both sides now. And, oh, man, this game is really coming down to the wire. I think this guy's played a lot better than I anticipated. All right, we're going to go Skeleton King at the river, and then we're going to go for Royal Hogs. We're hoping that we get a Royal Ghost out of him with that. Okay, we get more than just a Royal Ghost. We also got a Phoenix. This is a lot of stuff right by the river that the Magic Archer is going to be able to take. Yo, that Magic Archer is baking out here, boys. All right, we're going to go in for Zappies because we're expecting a Royal Giant with all that. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he goes other side. But if he does, he doesn't have Fisherman, so the Pekka should be able to munch on everything. So he can't. He literally can't go in for his Royal Giant just because it gets shut down by the Pekka. So we're just going to keep spamming, and we're going to go in for a Magic Archer right down the middle. Line that up with all of his stuff, and I should be set. I'm going to go in for Tornado first to go and pull this back. Let's go. Wow. The main thing was to make sure he could never pull our Pekka, because if that happens once, he's going to have it for lunch. The Fisherman would yoink it, the Phoenix would delete it, and then Skeletons would distract, so I would be hitting nothing of value. Meanwhile, the Royal Giant would be putting in work on my tower, plummeting my chances of winning all the way down to 0. And now we've climbed up to 2,002 medals. That's such a satisfying number, putting us at 3,700 in the world. All right, so this guy is not cycling a single thing. I mean, I can go Skeleton King in the back since I have Tornado and I've got Pekka, so I'll be able to defend whatever he pushes through in the right-hand side. He's going to have Zappies. If I had Magic Archer, I would line those up to the tower and get some delicious damage. Can't happen, though, so I'm going to go for the next best bet of copying our opponent's strategy. You think that you're unique dropping your Zappies in the back? Well, I'm going to do the exact same plan. So I think I can go in for a Pekka here. I just want to sacrifice the one zappy. It's not really worth it. I'd rather fight on my side of the map so I can guaranteed finish off the giant skeleton, especially when I don't have the support of the zappy. Okay, so he's going to have Mother Witch. This is looking like it's going to be Royale Hogs or it's going to be Royale Giant. Most of the time, it's going to be Royale Hogs, though. We can activate King Tower with that one little piggy if we drop this at the right point. And we do. If you guys didn't know, even one Mother Witch Cursed Piggy can activate King Tower. A super solid strat. We're going to Magic Archer to finish off the Fly Machine, and I'm going to expect him to go in for something. Yeah, he's going to go in for Royale Hogs. I thought he would try to defend against the Magic Archer because, you know, the Magic Archer is going to give you some grief. It will give us some damage. Also, Skeleton King, full HP counter push. Also collected a lot of souls for us as well. I bet you he goes in for a Skeleton King counter with a Skeleton Giant. Are you not going to drop the Giant Skeleton? Interesting. He's going to lose the Fisherman. He might lose his mind because if you have played against his deck for a while, you'll recognize that they don't have good splash damage to counter Royale Hogs. When I was playing the Mirror matchup, because his deck was one of the most popular things in Clash Royale, when Mirror was really overpowered because you just mirror up Giant Skeletons and mirror up Royale Hogs, you could never win the Mirror matchup because no one could counter the Royale Hogs. Like, the matchup was just miserable because no one ever was able to protect their towers. So it's cool that we've got Skeleton King, we've got King Tower activation, and we also have Tornado to finish off Royale Hogs, where he has just like a measly Royale Ghost, and that's it. Every time that he decides to go in for a Giant Skeleton in the back, we just go for the Pekka on the same side. It's a good counter because Pekka is going to survive, and it has a lot more damage per second. And then we build around our defenses to accommodate his cards. Whenever he decides to go in for a Fly Machine, we snipe it with a Phoenix. When he decides to go in for Royale Hogs, well, we've got our Skeleton King. We try to adjust our card cycle to accommodate his, so we're always in an advantage, and we're forcing him to play much better to try to dig himself out of this bad cycle. And that's how you win Clash Royale games when you have a solid deck like ours. Our deck allows you to just play safe, and then you win more games. So I'm going to go for a Poison here, and then I think I can go for a Skeleton King. I wonder if I need to do anything else here. I'm pretty sure I can go for Phoenix. I'm going to break my card cycle, unfortunately, but I just want to play safe rather than sorry. And then I can Tornado all of his piggies back. I think that's ideal because we have so many skeletons on the field, too. But yeah, we're fine. Definitely going to take some damage, but it's worth it. Sometimes you got to take damage. And remember, he has nothing to counter Royale Hogs in his entire deck besides the Royale Ghost, so we're just going to go in for our Magic Archer right down the middle, line it up with the Royale Ghost, and probably have a nice toast as we take out his tower. GG, and well played, man. It's a pleasure asserting dominance. Identify your opponent's card cycle, know what they're going to do to try to stop you, and then just roll through because there won't be much they can do. All we had to do was guarantee our opponent was going to go for Royale Ghost to counter our Royale Hogs, and then our Magic Archer Mastermind took care of the rest. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.